أجمعين أما بعد. So my brothers, إخواني الأعزاء وأخواتي, last week we started the book القواعد الأربع. Before we begin today's lesson, just a quick recap of what we learned last week. So who's going to, inshallah ta'ala, same قاعدة. If you want to participate, put your hands up and I'm going to ask you questions. All right, so if you would like me to interact with you, put your hand up, inshallah, and I'll ask you questions. So firstly, what have you learned? What did you learn last week? Can someone just tell me what they've learned last week? We took we studied the first two pages, this page and the next page. So can someone tell me what they learned last week? Yalla ikhwan. You should be ready, brothers. Don't make me wait. What did you learn last week? Okay, Sumaya, تفضلي. Yes, go ahead, Sumaya.
So one of the things we learned was that a Muslim can be in three different states: in a state of blessing, calamity, or sin.
Okay, excellent. And what's wajib and obligatory upon them in each state?
In a state of blessing, you must be thankful. In a calamity, you must be patient, and in a state of sin, you must repent.
Excellent, excellent. Well done, Sumaya. Anyone else? Is there anyone else who wants to add something or who's learned something last week?
Third paragraph, we learned that if you know that Allah created you for worship, then you should know that worship isn't considered worship except with Tawheed.
Brilliant, excellent. Okay, one more person, and then we'll move on to today's lesson. So we have Sumaya and we have Samira. Anyone else? Sajida, naam.
We learned that ibadah without Tawheed is not ibadah, and example, when praying, if you don't have wudu, tahara, the prayer doesn't count. So ibadah, you need Tawheed with it to work.
Brilliant, well done, Ahsant. Okay, today's lesson. Okay, it's going to be a short lesson. So we're going to start. The book is called Four Principles. So principle number one. So in principle number one, the author rahimahullah ta'ala, he says that this principle is that you recognize and you know that the kuffar, the disbelievers, those kafir. What's a kafir? Let me see who knows what a kafir. What is a kafir? Who can define this creature? What is a kafir? Whenever you hear kafir, kuffar, what does it mean?
Non-Muslim.
Yes, a kafir is someone a disbeliever, to be more precise. A disbeliever, someone who disbelieved in Allah and His Messenger. Okay? He says that you should know, this principle number one, that the kuffar, kuffar is plural of kafir. Kuffar means disbelievers. Okay? The kuffar those who the Prophet ﷺ fought against, okay, they all acknowledged that Allah Azza wa Jal is the creator, and the maintainer and sustainer of this universe. Yet this did not cause them to enter Islam. Okay? Who can repeat this? Man yu'id? Who's got their hand up? Let me check. No one has their hand up. No one wants to talk to me today.
Can you repeat again, please?
Okay. So, principle number one, okay, is that you know and recognize that the kuffar, the disbelievers that the Prophet ﷺ fought against, okay, the ones that the Prophet ﷺ fought against, all those who were fighting against the Prophet ﷺ, like Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, Quraysh, yeah, these people believed that Allah Azza wa Jal is the creator of this universe and the one who maintains the affairs of this universe. But that wasn't enough for them to be considered Muslims. Okay? Abu Jahl believed that Allah created everything. Abu Lahab believed that Allah created everything. Abu Jahl, you all know who Abu Jahl is, right? But Abi Lahab wa Tab, you all know who Abu Lahab. Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab were the uncles of the Prophet ﷺ, but they were mushrikun. They were upon shirk and kufr and disbelief. They died upon this state, and they used to persecute the Muslims. And they used to cause a lot of hardship, and they used to warn against the Prophet ﷺ, and they hated Islam. Yeah, these guys and the other, like Al-Walid and Al-Mughira, they all believe that Allah Azza wa Jalla is the creator of this universe, the maintainer of this universe. But that wasn't enough for them to enter into Islam. Okay. Is that wadih and clear, yeah? Now let's see who's understood. Who's going to put their hand up now? Karima, tafadali. What did you understand? Repeat what you understood. Yalla ya Karima. Unmute yourself. Okay. Karima doesn't seem to be hearing us. Anyone else? Sumaya, now.
That you know. Oh,
Karima, I'll come back to you. Sumaya, tafadali.
to know that even the disbelievers who the Prophet ﷺ fought against acknowledge that Allah is the creator, but yet this didn't enter them into Islam.
Excellent. Karima, what about you? What do you have to say?
That the disbelievers who fought against the prophets, they believed that Allah made most of them believed that Allah made everything, and Abu Lahab hated the Muslim he tortured them.
Yeah. Good. Well done, Karima. All right. So, how come this didn't enter them into Islam? Yani, if someone comes up to you now and just says to you, let's say there's a guy called Joe, right? He's got the cross on his neck, you know, the Christian cross on his neck, right? And he's wearing a you know, he's wearing something on his head, like, you know, the Jews wear something on their head, that little hat on their head. So clearly he's not Muslim, right? Yeah. And you know, he's just coming out of a church, so you know he's not Muslim. Okay, it's a Sunday as well, right? So you're walking next to a church. All of a sudden, this guy Joe comes out. He's got the cross around his neck. He's carrying the Bible in his hand, right? And he comes up to you and he says, "I'm a Muslim just like you." And you say, "How are you Muslim when you got the cross on your neck?" And he says, "Because I believe that Allah," clearly saying Allah, created this universe, and he's the one who maintains this universe, and he's the one who provides for everyone. So I'm like you now, I'm a Muslim. But that's all I believe in. He actually says this. Is Joe a Muslim by saying this? No. Joe is not a Muslim. Okay? So, believing in Allah, the fact that he's the creator of the universe, on its own is not enough to be a Muslim. So if someone says, مثلا, La ilaha illallah means La khaliqa illallah, يعني La ilaha illallah means there's no creator other than Allah, is that correct? Is that the meaning of La ilaha illallah? Huh?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. It's not correct. It's incorrect. Okay? There is no doubt that Allah is the only creator. We know this. But to say that La ilaha illallah means that there is no creator other than Allah only, no. That's not what La ilaha illallah means. La ilaha illallah means, we discussed this previously, there is no God worthy of being worshipped except Allah. Okay? That's what La ilaha illallah means. Yeah? Are you all with me so far? We're all on the same page?
Yes.
Or have I lost some of you? Do I need to go back and look for some people? It's fine. I can stop, inshallah, and go back and look for you if I've lost you. Let me know if I've lost you. Just tell me. No one? Khalas? Everyone's so if I basically now just choose someone randomly now on this list, they'll be able to unmute themselves and answer the question, yeah? What do you say I choose someone randomly on the list? طيب. Inshallah. So that's basically principle number 1. Okay. And then he gives you the dalil. The dalil for this is this verse where Allah Azza wa Jal says, قُلْ مَنْ يَرْزُقُكُم مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Say, مَنْ يَرْزُقُكُم مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Who? Go, يعني, O Muhammad, ask them, who provides for you from the heavens and the earth? أَمَّنْ يَمْلِكُ السَّمْعَ وَالْأَبْصَارَ. And who owns and has given you the ability to hear and the ability to see? وَمَنْ يُخْرِجُ الْحَيَّ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. And who has the ability to remove that which is alive from something that's dead? يعني, who has the ability to bring the earth back to life with rain? وَيُخْرِجُ الْمَيِّتَ مِنَ الْحَيِّ وَمَنْ يُدَبِّرُ الْأَمْرِ. And who maintains the whole universe? If you ask them, Muhammad, these questions, يعني, you ask Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl and Quraysh, فَسَيَقُولُونَ, what they will say, Allah. فَقُل, then say to them, أَفَلَا تَتَّقُونَ. Why don't you worship him? Okay? Why don't you worship him? Okay, so this type of tawheed is called what? Who's the genius here amongst you? Who's the smart one amongst you who can answer this question? Who studied previously? Yeah? What type of tawheed is this called? Akhwani, I'm going to ask you all a question. In the chat box, just write down your ages, please, so I can have an idea of who the age group I'm talking to. I have no idea if you're all adults, if you're 5 years old, or 15 years old, or 50 years old. Put in your age groups, please. All right? I'm going to stop. Put your age groups, inshallah. 14, 12. Keep going. 13. Only 3 people answered. Don't be shy, inshallah. Just put your age there, inshallah. Your real age. 11. Okay, so most of you, you're like, you're in school, you're all in secondary school. 20. Okay. Now we're getting to college now. Some people are in college, maybe university. 17. So high school. Keep going. Okay. Good. 18. Yalla, wasilu. Remember, this is it doesn't matter what age group, what age you are, as long as you can understand what I'm saying, you're old enough to understand, inshallah. 18. Okay. What else? Keep going. There are 36 people, so I need 36 answers. Okay. Okay, keep going. Mumtaz. طيب. I think I have a good idea now. All right. Jamil. Excellent. Now, my next question is English, right? Are you all comfortable with the language that I'm speaking? Is it understandable? Or would you like me to translate to مثلا, the only other languages I know are Somali and Arabic. But are you all comfortable with English?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. All right. So I need to know what's going on. All right. Thank you. Okay. Brilliant. Let's move on. So, who's the genius and the intelligent one who's going to tell me what type of tawheed is principle number 1 talking about? Okay, I'll tell you. Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. Is there anyone who can type this in the chat box? Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. Who can type al-Rububiyyah in the chat box? تفضلوا. No one? يلا يا اخوان. Type Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. Or let me translate Rububiyyah for you. Tawheed of Lordship. Okay, good. Tawheed of Lordship. Type Tawheed of Lordship now. Well done. Okay, thank you. Tawheed means, we covered what Tawheed was previously. I'm going to repeat again for those of you who are absent. Tawheed means singling out Allah Azza wa Jal in worship. To single out Allah Azza wa Jal in worship. That's Tawheed. Now, Tawheed of Lordship is three things. Write this down. If you understand this now, and you pay very close attention to what I'm saying now, in the future, everything will become, this topic, inshallah ta'ala, you'll be able to understand it properly, and you won't have any problems with it, inshallah ta'ala, and then you can build upon this. It's a good foundation for you. So write this down. Question: what is Tawheed of Lordship? Write this down in your notebooks, and if someone can do us the favor of writing in the chat box, it would be amazing. What is the Tawheed of Lordship? Question. Before I answer, is there anyone who wants to answer? What do you think Tawheed of Lordship is? Don't worry, if you make a mistake, la ma'bas. What do you think Tawheed of? There's no one who's got their hand up, so I don't know who to talk to today. No one wants to talk to me today. Okay, only Karima wants to talk to me. خلاص? طيب. So, Karima, تفضلي. What's your understanding of Tawheed of Lordship?
I think it means you worship Allah and Allah only.
Good try, but wrong answer. No. And Yahya, your answer is also wrong. Anyone else?
I think Tawheed of Lordship is
Who's
when
talking?
you.
Who's talking? What's your name, my brother? Don't worry. You can talk. I just want to know your name. Huh?
Nawal.
Noel, make sure you put your hand up, okay, on the thing. You know how to use the Zoom? Yeah. But go on, Noel, go ahead. Tell me, Noel.
When you worship and do Tawheed and Lordship.
Yeah, close. Sumaya, good try, Noel. Well done. Keep participating, inshallah. Don't be shy next time. I need to see your hand up, inshallah. Yalla, Sumaya, tfadali.
Yes.
So it's a belief that Allah alone, He's the only creator. That's what I have.
Your third right. Allah is the only creator. What else? Okay. Well, Sumaya, you're the closest so far. Go on. You got something to add?
And that's all for now.
Okay. Thank you. So, Tawheed the Lordship, listen carefully to this answer. All right? The Tawheed of Lordship consists of three elements. Number one, to believe that Allah is the creator of the universe. To believe that Allah is the creator of the universe. Number two, to believe that Allah is the maintainer of the affairs of the universe. I repeat, to believe that Allah is the maintainer of the affairs of the universe. Number three, to believe that Allah is the provider. Okay, to believe that Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one who provides for every living creature. Okay? That's wrong, my Europe Musa. That's wrong. No, don't. It's okay, inshallah ta'ala, but take my wording, not what you've written, not what's on chat. So everything I've written now, everything I've said now, can someone type it up on the chat, please? Okay. And while someone is typing up on the chat, who's going to repeat it? Who's going to repeat what I just said? What is Tawheed al-Rububiyyah? What is the Tawheed of Lordship? No one? Samira, تفضلي.
Okay, so the Tawheed al-Rububiyyah consists of three things. To believe that Allah is the creator of the universe, to believe that Allah is the maintainer of the affairs of the universe, and to believe that Allah is the provider of every living thing.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So that is Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. All right? And write this down also. Question. Is it enough to believe in the Tawheed of Lordship only? Answer. No. It is not enough. You need the two other types of Tawheed. You need the two other types of Tawheed. I'm not going to tell you what those two other types of Tawheed are now. I'll tell you next time, inshallah. All right? I'll tell you, Mada, next time. For now, in today's lesson, all you're learning is Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, the Tawheed of Lordship. Okay? Excellent. And the evidence for the Tawheed of Lordship is this. Okay? And everyone believes in the Tawheed of Lordship. So Christians, they believe in a higher entity, in a God. Okay? The only people that don't believe in Tawheed of Lordship are atheists or agnostics. Okay? So the prophets and messengers, Allah Azza wa Jalla did not send them correct to call people to Tawheed of Lordship. Allah sent the messengers to call people to the other two types of Tawheed. Okay? Which we will learn next time, inshallah ta'ala. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson.